Carbonites Gaming.
Welcome back, Knights, to another Summoner's War video. I am TorchHealer, and today we are going to be looking at monsters. Not just 5-star monsters, but all monsters, and kind of things you should be thinking about when you get a monster that you think you might want to build. But, as per usual, let's crack that beer, get this video going. Please don't spray, please don't spray. Ah, not too bad. Alright, beer's open, Torch is happy. Let's take a look at some monsters. So, what everybody does is they've got their key monsters they want to build. Now, everybody's got monsters that they want to build, but how do you build it? Um, there's certain monsters that say they're a certain type, right? So you can't really see, but right by my Rina's HP in the corner says support, right? She's a support monster. She's got a heal. She is an amazing, amazing tank if you're fighting a Sierra. So if you're fighting, let's say, an all-win team, put a bunch of defense, a bunch of HP, don't even need speed on her, and a bunch of resistance, and just let them hit her. She builds a. Oh, I'm just getting way off track here. Anyways, her passive puts a shield up of 50% of her max HP. So every time she gets hit with a critical, she gets a 20,000 HP shield. That's a very good shield. If you've got, let's say, a Sierra can drop, I've seen bombs of up to like 30, 35,000. So that is barely cracking her shield. But these are the things that you want to look at when you're building a monster. So for well, let's see, there's support, 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 HP. Why is it Camila and HP? Well, because every turn she regains her health. The more HP, the more she's regaining, right? So you put her on give her a bit of attack, good amount of HP, some speed. I think this one's on, oh, it's a destroy. HP, crit damage, HP. And where did, what? And my other one is on speed, crit damage, and attack. Oh no, speed, crit damage, and HP. Yeah, she doesn't have very much attack. But she's got a bit more speed, and that's kind of the good thing, and a bit more crit rate. But anyways, getting off topic. What are you looking for when you're building a monster like this? So let's go with a 3-star monster. Easy. I'll do Kali. We'll take a look at Kali. We'll take a look at Megan, because Megan's another 3-star monster. For anybody out there that's new, um, or just starting up, or has these monsters and just kind of wants to tinker around with them. This is kind of what got me into it. Was I was looking at these monsters the other day, and I actually just started building. Didn't just start building, but I was just tweaking around my copper, and we'll take a look at copper after as well. But Kali is an attack type monster. Now, speed's a good thing for her, but if you look at her skills, and the reason I'm picking 3-star monsters is they are easy to level up, to skill up, to level up. Everything you want to do with a 3-star monster is easy. So, third skill provides invincibility for herself and increases everybody's attack power and attack speed. Why would you not want that? You get free attack boost, you get a free speed boost for monsters like, let's say, Lagmaron or Teor, the wind and water chimeras. That's what that's what their scale or their attacks scale on are speed and attack power. So what you can do with Akali is a bit of speed, attack, crit damage, attack, and you just want her because she gets once she gets a turn, she gets a free turn afterwards. She can't be hurt during that turn. So just throw her on some runes. I've got a 5-star rune, another 5-star rune, but I'm putting her attack, crit damage, and attack, and then probably attack and crit rate subs on 135 here. And the reason I did that is because yeah, I don't use her in like an RTA, but I do use her in arena. I throw somebody out to throw up some immunity beforehand, maybe an attack bar booster if I need it, but she gives herself immunity on that first turn and then provides everybody else with attack and speed buffs. So you want to put her on an attack set, right? She's an attack type monster. You want to put her on some attack type runes. Copper, defense based monster. So what are you going to put them on? Defense based runes. Um, with Copper, he will ignore defense if his defense is twice as much as the opponent's. So for mine, it's not built that well, but with a defense boost, he does hit for about 40, was it 42,000? Um, which is great if it ignores defense. But you put him on defense-based runes, right? So you're looking, I've got a defense, and I've got a crit damage. And then 135, you can't get defense on slot 1, so that's a crit rate, bit of speed. Uh, slot 3, more defense and more crit rate. And slot 5, more no defense. Can we put defense on? No, I don't want to reappraise. Oh, that's why. Well, let's put some defense on. Let's get rid of you. Let's add some defense. Oh, that's not bad. Can we enchant that? Let's add more defense. So monsters like this are easy to rune. Attack based, defense based. Wow, that's pretty not bad. So now he'll just hit for more, right? So that bumped his defense up by 100. So now he's hitting just over 2,000 total, just 2,100-ish, right? So he's gonna have to hit something with 1,000 total defense less. Not that difficult to find. Um, but monsters like this are very easy to ruin up, right? An attack-based monster, let's say Lucian. Lucian's an attack-based monster, so you put him on attack, crit damage, and attack, right? As much attack, as much crit damage, as much crit rate as you can get with speed. It's when you get to the other monsters like defense damage dealers. Well, like, once again with my copper, defense, crit damage, defense. Anything with a damage dealer, you want your slot 5, or sorry, your slot 4 to be crit damage. And the reason for that is it's just they're gonna hit harder. If you can get them on a rage set, that's just more crit damage. And you want enough crit rate to hit. The monsters that you have trouble with are kind of these in between monsters. I'll use Beth. So my Beth is not good. I just use her for clearing some arena stuff every once in a while. But I have her on a rage set with speed, crit damage, and attack. Now you'll see she doesn't have a lot of attack, she doesn't have a lot of HP, she doesn't have a lot of anything really. And that's why I don't use her anywhere outside of just clearing kind of arena waves if I need to. One big way that people build Beth is she's got 2 AoE attacks. Area of effect for anybody that doesn't know what AoE is. So 2 AoE effect attacks. So her skill 2 is a 3-hit attack that hits everybody and leaves continuous damage. Not bad. Skill 3, a 2-hit area of effect attack that hits everybody twice and provides defense break, provides, can't heal, plus destroys HP. Really good. Why would you not want her on huge amounts of attack, right? You're going to cut down all that HP, you're going to get that defense break, you're going to leave dots, you're going to chop everything down like trees. No. A lot of people build a Beth on despair runes. And the reason is because if you're hitting AoE, you have a chance to stun your enemies every time, right? Especially with a skill 2 that hits 3 times. You have 3 chances to stun. A skill 3 that hits 2 times, that's 2 more chances to stun. In 2 turns, she could stun up to 5 times. Amazing, amazing unit. It's the same with her sister. Where's her sister? Come here, sister. All right, Rocky. Same idea for the skill 2, but Rocky's skill 2 defense breaks. Once again, it's an attack type monster. This one I do put a bit more attack on in case you didn't notice. But skill 3, if you kill with it, the enemy cannot revive, as well as you gain invincibility. Or sorry, you gain immunity to death, which is the exact same as what Theomars gets. If you try to kill Theomars and you get that kind of invulnerability, that's what Rocky gets if she kills somebody with this skill 3. So, attack type monster, I put her on attack. Xiangfei is a fusible monster, which we've showcased in a previous video. Defense-based monster, but he's really good for a support unit. He provides heals for the entire team. a lot of debuffs. He's really, really good in raids, rift raids. So like your R1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same as before, if you can't get R5 going, do the highest you can consistently. You don't want to be pissing too many people off when you're doing raids and constantly failing. So, do the raids that you can do consistently, and then you will build up. You'll start getting those grinds and those gems, and you'll start building your runes up better. Um, but yeah, back to the topic at hand here. Let's look at Beretta. Beretta is an attack-based monster, or attack-type monster, sorry. But as you see, I have no crit rate, no crit damage, and no attack. Why? Well, I put mine on Despair because this skill 3 inflicts continuous damage and hits all enemies. So for Trial of Ascension, great monster. Got a speed lead, 19%. It's not bad if you're running TOA, which I just finished TOA normal today, and I was tinkering around with TOA hard a little bit. But it's an AoE skill. So on TOA, you have this chance to um, stun the enemies, which is really good, as well as you're leaving dots. Amazing. Dots, for anybody that doesn't know, damage over time. So the little skulls, perfect. Another one that I look at, Charlotte. Once again, an attack type monster. Why does she not have a lot of attack? Well, she does have a lot of crit damage, which she is an attack type monster, and I kind of use her for that. But I have her on Despair as well. She's got 2 AoE skills. So first skill, it normally has a chance to stun. Despair runes give it a separate chance. So she's got a 50% chance to stun with her first or with the second skill. I think it goes up to 60. Yeah. So on top of that, you add Despair runes. Now, if you don't stun with your first 60% chance, there's always the chance that a Despair rune will proc and you will get a stun that way. Charlotte recently got a buff as well. So the third skill attacks 3 times, decreases enemies' attack bar, increases your team's attack bar, and it hits all enemies. So once again, now you have another chance to stun. So you can be decreasing the enemy's attack bar and stun them and increasing your own attack bar. You're essentially giving yourself several turns. Is she not fully skilled? Oh my goodness. No, no, she is not. Well, that was interesting. Um, so yeah, I put her on a despair set and a focus set because she does, yeah, decreasing attack bar is really good. And this is kind of one of my better focus runes. I was looking at putting her on a will set for the immunity, but for TOA and stuff like that. But I just can't take myself to get rid of this rune. But yeah, aside from that, it's not a great rune set for that I have. The sets themselves are really good. The runes I have on her are not the greatest. But once again, it's looking at the monster as to how you're going to use them. So I use Charlotte like a support unit as an attack bar booster, as a stunner, and I use other monsters in place for the damage, right? Um, there's a lot of monsters like this. The big thing is look at how you want your monsters to perform, right? So for me, I use Rena as a Sierra tank in Arena. People like Sierra just drops bombs on her, that's fine, that's fine. And then I use like a Rakan, or you can use a Kali or an Orochi. Not Orochi, this guy. What's this guy's name? Garo. You can use one of those two to take down the Sierra. That's not a problem. And if they take any damage, you can always use your Rena to heal them back up with that second skill. Um, Galleon. So a lot of people look at Galleon. Yes, I have 2 Galleons. Get back over here. So this one is a violent focus, but he's got a bit. Is it him? No. What are you? Oh, double shield will. All right. So I think on this one I have accuracy, HP. It's your standard. So it says it's an HP type unit. It doesn't do any damage based on HP. Whoa! I was trying to send a message. That was cool. It doesn't do any damage based on your HP. The only reason they want HP is because he needs to survive. Um, for me, the accuracy is more important, the speed is more important, and having him survive through that first turn As long as I get the first turn, it's not a big deal to me. But there's another unit that I was just thinking of. Maybe it'll kick in for me. Ah, yes, it did. All right, so she's not in there. So this is a kind of a prized unit for a few people. Yes, I have a couple monsters in storage, nobody judge. So, what are we looking at here? This is Lyn. Now, Lyn is an attack type monster, and I have minimal attack on her. I have some okay HP. She's only a 5-star, and she works just as well in a 5-star in this situation. Um, all of Lyn's skills, so once again, attack type monster, but all of her big hitting skills are proportionate to the enemy's max HP. So her third skill, if the target cannot be stunned, like a boss in, let's say, Giants, where she's very commonly used, you do 30% more damage. And that's based off the enemy's max HP, not necessarily off of your attack. Mind you, having attack on her is not a bad thing. It does help, but it's mainly based off the enemy's max HP. Second skill, once again, proportionate to the enemy's max HP. Um, so what you're looking at, most of your attackers are going to have lower HP, lower defense, really high attack, really high crit rate, really high crit damage. Well, with Lyn, you can take your time, give her a bit more HP, right? See, this way she's going to get through the dungeon a little easier and not get one shot by somebody. But throw on crit rate and crit damage. That's all that I have on her. And I'll show you her runes after in a sec. She's probably on a rage set, just because that's a fair amount of crit damage for something else. But minimal stats everywhere except for crit rate and crit damage. All right, so she's on rage, HP, crit damage, speed. So given she has 44 speed and 39 of it came from right there, you can probably tell what the rest of the runes are going to be. Once again, 5-star runes, nothing huge, bit of crit rate, bit of crit rate, bit of crit rate. That's not that bad of a rune, right? Crit rate and crit rate. That's everything she needs that I have found with Lyn. Now, I might be wrong, and you might see some other YouTubers out there saying, oh, she needs, at least 1500 attack, and she needs at least this much. I haven't found it. I have used her in Giants runs. I'll put her in there right now, and we'll just, as we're finishing up this video, we'll let her do her thing. We'll put her instead of my second Lucian. Where are you, little girl? There. So we'll let that run as I'm finishing up this video. So the key things to look for are things that you need, right? If you need, say, Charlotte, which you can watch here, she's not doing a whole ton of damage, but she is helping the team. So I use her to support the team. It's important to realize how you want to use these monsters. Just because it says that it's an attack monster doesn't mean it's only an attack monster. You can utilize them any way you need to get, get the effect you want from them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's very important that you read their skills and understand their skills and how their skills work before you just start building monsters. So I kind of want to, I know she just used Phantom Crush. I kind of want to see what kind of damage she does. See what you do. Moderate. Get that down. Whatever. All right, so next turn. Oh, never mind. She's dead. All right. So she got one shot because she has no HP and no anything else, so she got killed. But she does about just under half of the giant's boss's damage or health when she hits. But utilize looking at the skills and understanding the skills before you start building up these monsters. And what kind of rune sets would you want them on, right? If it's got the chance to do AoE skills, well, Despair's not bad. I've seen Lucians who's got 2 AoE skills on Despair. Not as effective, but still worthy. It's all about understanding what you want from the monsters. See if this works. If it skill set is not something that you can utilize at the time. You don't have to build every monster you get, right? You can take the time to, look at what you want and look at what you need. And if it's not something that you need right away, then perhaps it's not the monster you need to be building right away. Um, some of you may know, some of you may not. After our most recent uh, summon session with Poseidon and I did a little bit of a rage summon afterwards. I was a little upset with the situation, and I ended up pulling a Samath. Now, I could use Samath, definitely the Water Fairy King, for anybody that doesn't know. Um, I can use him, for sure. He would be a great addition to what I'm doing currently in the game, but I don't have the runes I need for him, right? I only have him on some attack runes, I've got him on some crit damage runes, but I want him to have a little more HP, and I want him on a Despair Nemesis set to get those extra turns. Now, with my luck, I have 0 of those runes. I have him on a very poor Despair set, which is currently working, but I haven't used him in anything. I don't have him skilled up, nothing like that, because I don't have the right setup for him that I would like to use. Um, so for anybody watching, throw down some comments. Let me know, what kind of monsters. How do you build these monsters in a different way than normal? Because if you're playing, let's say RTA, it's really helpful to understand that you can utilize um, these different rune sets to kind of trip your opponents up once in a while. So let me know, how have you built somebody that maybe isn't normally built the same way? Why don't we just start killing one of these side things? God, get it together, Torch. Um, it's fun, and like I've said before, I love learning about how other people are building certain monsters. It's really interesting to me. It's not something that you normally look at with a lot of people, but for me, it's an interesting set. So you'll notice that my Chamomere, my Wind Efreet, if you would, just stunned on first skill. I have my Chamomere on a Despair set, which I don't know why, but I do, and it seems to be working out for me. Right, so let me know in the comments. Once again, like, subscribe, comment. If you're on Twitch, check out Carbon Knights, twitch.tv/carbon_knights. Leave a follow. It'll let you know when we're live. I know I haven't been on there near as much as I want, but I've got a kid, so leave me alone. Um, I'll get on everybody else's case. Dongvers. I know that what's his nuts. Beast was going to be up on there, hopefully a little more often, so that'll be good there. But yeah, until next time, Knights, enjoy that beer we just cracked, because I know I'm going to, and we will see you next time. Keep those shields up. Well, Knights, you made it all the way to the end. You know what that means. You've won the chance to watch another one of our videos, or perhaps even subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment, and we'll see you next time.